Hey guys, it's Greg here from kinobody.com. And one of the questions that I get asked a lot is, Greg, I can diet, I can lose fat, I can lean down, but I just can't stay there. I keep gaining the weight back. I've cut quite a few times, I've dropped fat, but I just can't maintain my results. And I fleshed this topic out beautifully in a podcast, but I'm going to address it here as well and give you guys some really cool actionable tips. If you guys want to watch the podcast, hit the link below in the description. It can take you there. But let's talk a little bit about why this happens. All right, so the first thing is that this person, and I've helped a lot of people with this issue, is the first thing they're doing is they're cutting too fast. They're not really enjoying their nutrition plan. So they have the willpower to endure strict, extreme dieting, but as soon as they get to their goal, they haven't developed the tool to be able to eat in a balanced way. I know my cousin is like this a lot. Is he can eat very low calories and he'll drop weight very quickly. But as soon as he's done his diet and he tries to just eat normally, he gains the weight and he gains he's lost like 40-50 pounds over and over again. So I'm trying to help him now. I helped him a lot when he was living with me, but now he's away, and so it's hard for him to internalize this. And so what you really need to do is you need to cut in a way that's enjoyable. If you're not enjoying your diet, then how do you think you're gonna maintain your results? So I mean, really, that's the first thing. Find a way to enjoy your cut. For me, when I work with clients, that's eating a balanced diet, not going low in fat or low in carbs, eating a good balance of proteins, fats, and carbs with each meal. And doing fasting so you can eat big meals, two big meals a day. And fasting is a brilliant technique for staying lean year-round and maintaining a low body fat, because staying lean isn't a job anymore, right? Because you don't have to think about cooking, planning, preparing 5-6 meals a day, which takes a lot of willpower and a lot of planning and focus, and it makes life more difficult. So when you can just fast, and then it gives you so much room to work with to eat at restaurants. So really, I mean, if you're fasting, it's not that hard to maintain your low body fat. So people that have been doing fasting to lean down, I say keep fasting. It's going to help you. There's no reason why you need to stop fasting after you finish your cut. Now, I mean, that brings me to my second, or my second or my third point. I don't know how many points I've laid out for you right now, but that's, even when you're done cutting, even when you get to your goal, you still need to maintain structure. You still have to have a certain level of discipline. You can't go back to how you used to eat and expect to maintain your new results, because the way you used to eat, that's why you looked how you used to look. If you just kind of go with the flow and just forget about it and just try and be too relaxed, you're going to eat your way back. And now you might be saying, well, you know what, when I was heavier, I was kind of my weight was plateaued. I wasn't gaining weight, I wasn't losing weight. So if I go and eat the way I used to, wouldn't I just stay at where I am? Well, no. It's a lot harder to maintain a low body fat than it is to maintain a higher body fat. Why? Well, because we have stuff like body fat set point. Our bodies are calibrated to stay at a certain level of leanness, assuming we're eating relatively consciously and healthy. And for a lot of guys, that might be like 12 to 15% body fat if they're active and they're eating reasonably healthy. If you want to stay lower, well, your leptin levels are going to be pretty low, so your body's going to want to gravitate to a higher body fat percentage. In order to ensure you stay lean and you don't gain weight, well, you have to maintain that really good discipline. Maybe for the first few weeks after you finish your cut, you want to track your macros. Make sure you're eating at maintenance so you can't put on an ounce of fat. Try and really internalize it and grasp that new level of body fat. And then as you get used to that, and you're still eating really satiating, filling foods, you're still, eyeballing the amount of calories and macros you're taking in. You're still eating at designated times. So if you're doing fasting, you're eating 2-3 meals a day. Keep eating 2-3 meals a day. Don't start snacking and just picking up food whenever you want. You're going to gain weight. 'Cause I used to do this a few years ago. After I get to my goal, I'd be all happy. I'd feel this enormous amount of satisfaction. And then I'd be like, okay, well, then I don't have to really think about it as much. And I just kind of eat, and I'd drift back, and I just end up gaining weight. So you want to maintain that same structure. The same structure that got you lean, keep that structure. The only difference is you have more room to work with. So if you were losing a pound a week during your cut, let's say, you're losing a pound a week when you're cutting. That means that you're averaging about 500 calorie deficit per day. That means you can bring in 500 calories to your diet each day without while maintaining your body fat. So I mean, if you're having like 2-3 meals, well then you can add bigger servings of carbs, a little bit more fat, and just hit that 500 calorie intake. But trust me, it's not that hard to go way over that. So I mean, if you're cutting at 2,000 calories per day and your maintenance is 2,500, well, you want to be careful at first so you don't go over 2,500 because it's really easy. If you start being a little bit more relaxed and liberal and you're just trying to eat a bit more food, that 2,000 that when you're trying to hit 2,500, that can turn to 2,800, 3,000, 3,200. If you're not careful, food calories can accumulate super easy, especially for us. Me as well. I can gain weight like that if I wanted to. And so, yeah, that's exactly how that works. Find a way to cut enjoyably. You want to enjoy your diet from the get-go. Keep intermittent fasting if you've been doing that, and maintain that structure, the same structure that got you lean. Keep that structure in place, and just find out how many more calories you have to work with. And you don't have to be obsessive and track and weigh everything. Eyeball it. Keep yourself accountable. And then that's just the way to do it. People, the problem is a lot of the fault is in the diet industry. A lot of diet gurus and diet professionals or what have you, they kind of create the illusion that once you get to your goal, life is amazing. You can relax. You don't have to be a little obsessed diet person anymore. You can just, it's carefree. And that's not true. You still need the structure. But all those diet books, they get you to go super strict, which is not cool because then you're not enjoying it in the first place, so you never are able to maintain. Let's make this stuff fun. Getting leaner does not have to be a sacrifice. It just takes a little bit of a couple changes, a little discipline. And the easiest way to do it that I talk about is get rid of breakfast. Screw that noise. Skip breakfast, start burning fat. This is what a lot of people, I mean, for me and a lot of clients I work with, this is what your body wants. It likes to burn fat in the morning and then likes to feast at night. When you do that, staying lean and getting lean is pretty damn easy. And if you hate fasting, comment below. I want to hear that. Because look, I'm pragmatic about this stuff. If someone tries fasting and they hate it, and they've read my articles on fasting, because I've talked about that quite a bit and ways to make it really enjoyable, then share that with me. In that case, I recommend having a lighter breakfast, mostly protein, something that will fill you up. But so guys, this is how to maintain a low body fat. Simple stuff. Now, if you guys actually created pretty much the Kino Body low body fat maintenance calculator, that's going to basically show you how to set your calories from macros. The best, like my personal favorite, and the ones I use with my clients, macronutrient ratios for eating at maintenance, because you're getting higher calories, so you can bring protein down a little bit more percentage-wise, because protein needs aren't going to be. Well, the way it works is that if you're taking in more calories, then you need a smaller percentage of protein because protein needs are pretty constant. And then, of course, when you're eating at maintenance, you want to bring in more carbs. Carbs have carbs are very, very beneficial. They impact gene expression for muscle hypertrophy more favorably than fat because of their contribution to muscle glycogen and their insulinogenic effect. So carbs are very important for anabolism. If your calories are set appropriately and you're getting a good chunk of carbs, you will build a lot of muscle. You won't gain fat. Anyways, that is at kinobody.com/80. Check the link right here or go to the link in the description and it will take you there. Awesome download. This stuff is so important. If you're cutting right now, I do not want you to lose the weight 20 times. Lose it once, stay lean, and you never have to gain an ounce of fat again. Even if your goal is to add 10, 15, 20 pounds of muscle, you can gain muscle while staying lean. I teach people this all the time. And that is my approach, because here's what happens is people don't know how to build muscle properly, build muscle for the Hollywood physique. They just do bulking diets, thinking if they eat a lot, they lift, and then they'll just pack on size, and they pack on a lot of fat. But what I teach people how to do is build insane amounts of relative strength. That's why people comment on my videos and they're like, Greg, I don't get it. How can you lift so much weight? I mean, don't get me wrong, like you're big, but like someone lifting that much weight, I assume they'd be way bigger. And that's because I teach people how to build a ton of strength without having to put on fat in the process. when you get really strong, when you're doing 100+ pound chin-ups, when you're incline pressing 250, when you're curling 75-pound dumbbells, you're going to have a dense, packed amount of muscle. But now I'm getting off topic. I like to talk and all about this stuff because I love it. So guys, go to kinobody.com/80, download that, or go right here, click the link. It's really kick-ass. I want to help you stay lean. And, you know, I've been staying lean this entire summer. And I guess we're into fall now. About 7% body fat. And it's been so easy. It's been so easy. I don't even track, record anything anymore. With intermittent fasting, like I know how much food I can eat each day without gaining fat. So it's really cool. And yeah, that's where I'm at right now. I actually probably will cut a bit more because it's so easy. And I used to struggle with my weight. Trust me, I did. So guys, kinobody.com/80. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe, share it, like it, all that jazz. We will talk soon. Take care. Adios.